Roberts in Bakersfield, California. Erica's down in Florence, South Carolina. And a handful of new listeners to the show. Erica is in Gimpo, South Korea. Chelsea is a Canadian bureau chief. She's up in Peterborough, Ontario. And Ryan listens in Lakeland, Florida. Alan, I had a seizure once during sex. I don't think that's uncommon either. I mean, for people who, that might be the first time that you find that you're prone to those, right? What's Dr. Berglund talked about before? That vasovagal response. It's the same thing, you know, when your vessels constrict or something like that, and people pass out during sex. They'll pass out while they're doing other things of a sexual nature.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of blood moving in a lot of places, so it can mess things up.
Ideally.
Yeah.
That's what you're dealing with. Also on the app, by the way, you can leave us messages there. Somebody has been leaving me a lot of messages, and all I was able to suss out is that their name is Jacob. But he left a lot of messages in quick succession, and it sounds, I don't know where he is, but it's very noisy wherever he is.
Hey, Alan, I like your show, bud.
Mm-hmm.
You say, hey, I like your show, bud?
I think that's what he said. I think that's what he said.
Hey, Alan, I'm a big fan of your show. I watch it every day. You're my biggest fan. Bye.
You're my biggest fan.
I love that.
I like that too.
You're my biggest fan.
That's like love me, love you, hate the show. Yeah. You're my biggest fan. And I don't know that he's wrong. He might be right if I met him.
Sup, Alan? Sup, Alan? I am really like your show, and I love it. I watch it every day. I'm the biggest fan of your show. Bye.
Sounds like he's in a cafeteria.
You think that's what it is?
Probably in high school.
High school?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Huh.
Sup, Alan? Sup, Alan? I am really like your podcast. I watch it every day. I'm a huge fan. I am hoping to be like you one day. I really want to. Bye.
He wants to be like me. Well, sure.
I'll just go see openers and don't eat butter.
He wants to be like me because I'm his biggest fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty self-serving, Jacob. I don't know what to tell you.
Sup, Alan? This is Jacob. I am really like the show. I love it. I'm a big fan. I am hoping to be like you one day. Bye.
All right, well, there you go.
So really it cuts you off after 30 seconds?
Mm-hmm. I think you get 30 seconds on the talkback, yeah.
It seems like people's messages have been a lot longer for some reason.
Well, when they call, that's why I tell people, if you got something to say, and just be forewarned, I might chop part of it out if you're really boring me, but people will leave voicemails if they've got more than 30 seconds. But on the talkback, yeah, okay. if I play you a phone call, but the talkback, you know, people keep it to, some people are really good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep it right to 30 seconds. Okay, anyway, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. Sounds like Mark the Bagger.
Who's Mark the Bagger?
The people who know will know.
Uh-huh.
But he's got kind of that sound to him. Okay, anyway, thank you. Finally, former President Donald Trump saying something that everyone, fans and detractors, can get behind.
I am willing to go to jail if that's what it takes for our country to win and become a democracy again.
His own fans are cheering that. So finally, people are like, what is going to bridge this massive divide between MAGA dopes and everybody else? Trump going to jail. Because that's one of his rallies, and they're cheering that. I'm willing to go to jail. Spoiler, he's not. But he tells them, I'm willing to go to jail if that's what will return this, you know. And they're going crazy. They're cheering. Obviously, we're cheering. But he's finally brought the country together, something that we can all agree on. Trump fans like Poundcake and everyone else.
You're not about to send my man to jail.
Well, I'm not an attorney, so I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying he said it. He's willing to do it, if that's what it takes to restore the health of the union.
Yo, it's Owen. Listening to the podcast from Monday, you guys are talking about reasons for disability. Cody wants money for liking chips too much. Your buddy back from when you started in Cleveland, Alan, was on disability for having a pinky toe removed. I mean, look, Yeah, these things are a little bit debilitating, but if that's their reason, do we really want them working? Give them their 24 grand, give other people more for worse, move on.
24 grand, hot dog. You didn't tell me I was going to be
Flossing, huh?
Oh, man.
Damn.
In
Look
the
at you.
money.
24 grand. You ain't got no kids. That's all your money.
2-4. 2-4.
24K. They call me 24K.
24 karat magic. So,
Yeah.
again, I can't get on disability for why, Alan?
I didn't say for why. You said you wanted to get. You said you wanted to get on disability. That was your
always
big.
talk, no one's getting rich off of disability. You always give the homeless people money because your life is exponentially better than theirs. I don't know. $24,000 for...
What does $24,000 have to do with giving money to homeless
You
people?
immediately assume that they're unhappy and your life is better than theirs.
I'm not sitting at an off-ramp. I gave a guy money this morning. He had a signed homeless veteran or whatever, young dude. All I had, I was embarrassed, but I never have cash anymore. My kid had paid me some money out of her piggy bank because she bought a couple of games on her iPad. So all I had in my pocket was 3 singles. And I'm at the red light, and I roll my window, and I go, brother, this is all I got. Take care of yourself. What the hell does that have to do? I didn't give him, I didn't write him a check for $24,000.
Just saying.
You're saying what?
People could live
Poundcake
a nice life.
wants
with
to use
24.
that $3. It's going
For
to add
what?
up. He would buy more Reese cups out of the machine over here.
Yeah, I did just spend $175, man.
But
That's
what is
robbery.
what is the connection? You're accusing me of saying that people are what?
You say
He just
that
wants the money.
You say that you give money to those people because their life is better than or your life is better than theirs.
I'm their biggest fan. Yes.
And you don't and you don't know that. People who live on people who don't have anything or won't even make money, like don't even have a job
What
to make
the hell
$24,000.
are you talking about? What are the
$24,000
words that are coming out? Everybody, there's this classic made up story. You know how everybody's got a story that they swear they saw happen, but a billion people tell the story like, oh, I worked in a hospital and this lady named her kids Lamangelo and Arangelo. Never happened, okay? But
Famali.
everybody's got this Famali. Yeah. There's a story 100 years old about the homeless guy who spends all day panhandling.
And goes
It's
home to
downtown
his
Chicago,
BMW.
yes. And he walks around the corner and puts his crap in a Cadillac. Once a decade, there might be a guy like that, but that means that guy's got a really good rap. A really good rap.
But to
I
people,
saw a lady on
he's
TikTok.
working for that money.
She was putting on her fake belly and taking her stroller. Like she was getting into her. But again, it's probably just somebody making that video.
Of course.
Because who's going to be there filming it and they're not going to notice.
But even if there was somebody like that, and I'm sure.
But to people who don't work,
But that's it. But that's
a lot of money.
But that's the excuse people use to not give homeless people money. Now you're not
I
required.
don't really have an excuse. I'm not giving you money because I need money.
I understand that, but what does that have to do? 24 grand on disability. Because we got into this.
And what does it even matter, Poundcake? Once you're on disability, we're going to take your conservatorship and we're going to spend that money how we think you should spend
That's
it.
right. So you might have disability, but we're going to have dat ability.
What I'm saying is I work and I have made slightly over $24,000. But if I could not work and make $24,000 anyways, okay, I'll do that.
That's why there's a lot of people. That's why there's a lot of people on disability.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying you're
They're
assuming
like, oh, my back hurts, or what? You know, there's a lot of people scam. There are a lot of people that aren't.
there's a lot of people that aren't scamming.
You are a scammer.
I'm not
is
a
what I'm
scammer
saying.
because I haven't
You
done it.
are a
I'm
scammer.
not a scammer because I haven't done it. I've worked 3 jobs. To
Anyone
make
who aspires to get on disability
anyone
is a
who
scammer.
is in their right mind that looks at someone who gets $24,000 and say, I would love to get $24,000 for not working. I feel like that they're kidding themselves if they don't think that.
I guess I'm one of those people that likes to work.
No one's gonna. If someone said, "Oh yeah, you could get $50,000 for," look at all these people going to prison for PPP loans. Okay, they know they couldn't pay those back, and they thought it was
Who's
free
going
money.
to prison for those are white collar crimes.
those are
people
all
aren't going to prison.
forgiven, yeah.
They're all forgiven. All the same people who don't want student loans, all these rich white folks who had PPP loans forgiven, all of a sudden don't want student loans forgiven.
No
People
one's-
aren't going to prison for PPP loans.
It's hard out here, and I don't think anybody. I wouldn't judge anybody if they looked and said, "Man, I would love to, if they had a foolproof scam, if they feel like they have a disability and they apply for it.
But theoretically.
And they get it, I'm not mad at them.
But theoretically.
It's above my pay grade to worry about it.
Theoretically. Your pay grade, as you established, is $24,000, so everything's above that. But theoretically, if the question you're asking me is, if somebody said, hey, I'll give you $50,000 for doing nothing, is that appealing? Of course, that's appealing to everyone.
Okay,
that's
then.
not what you said. You said, my goal is to get on disability.
If I qualify,
that ain't no $50,000.
I'm not going to go through the system and wear a fake beard or a belly and slip and fall and get on disability. I'm saying if there was a program in which something I already do, if my psoriasis or if I eat too much and I apply and the government says that I qualify, I'm getting that money. What are you talking about?
But that's my money.
It's not your money.
That's
It's
Bill's,
my money too.
Yeah. But
It's
you're
my
not,
money too. I
you're
paid
not,
for it.
You're not paying into your disability. You're paying into Social Security.
I paid taxes, so therefore it all goes around.
And it's my taxes too.
Okay, it's my money.
It's Bill's taxes.
Thank you for your contribution. You're welcome.
We are paying for your life, just like we're doing now.
Well, so what does it matter?
We're already paying for your life.
So what does it matter?
It matters because you're taking other people's money to do that.
Well, I'll allow one person to sit in my VIP section at the Best of Cleveland party.
You said your goal was to get on disability. That's different than I got hurt and I can't work.
I'm not about
That's different.
I'm not coming up with no scam. I'm too paranoid for that because the feds will get me. But
well, I guess when somebody says goal, I assume it's something that they are going to work toward achieving.
No, because
that's what I think a goal is. Huh?
That's a come up.
What's a come up?
I was working hard for this $24K, and you tell me I'm going to get it for free?
You were working hard for what?
I'm saying right now, when I was balancing 3 jobs.
Well, that's working a lot. That doesn't mean you're working hard. It means that your days are filled up. Like, do you consider, you don't have a morning job anymore, right?
Not as of now.
Mornings are free, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that was a hard job? This is absolutely not a hard job for you. Was your morning job hard, or was it just time consuming? People think they're working hard if they're working a lot. There's a lot of tedious jobs that just take up a lot of time.
It was tedious and it could be challenging at times, but I was good at it, so I didn't consider it hard necessarily. It wasn't backbreaking labor like when I was a carpentry apprentice. Then yeah, that was hard work. So no, it's not physically demanding, but it's demanding.
Okay. What do you mean?
I don't know.
He always says it like he just
like he made some
like his
amazing
mic drop.
point. Like like it's a mic drop moment. Like I don't want to work hard, but I almost did once.
I felt like I had a little something on the end, so I wanted to add it.
He goes, like he got one over.
Yeah, like
That's
you had no
what?
point
That's
when you went, so that's, yeah.
That's my orgasmic period. I have to physically make my periods.
They're replacing healthy pelvis over Friday night. Orgasmic period. And chain of coughs. Alan, does Poundcake know that homeless people aren't on disability? First of all, I don't know. You're right. I don't know what homeless people are doing. This whole thing got started yesterday because of this. We were talking about this Yale University study that said that super processed foods rewire your brain in such a way that makes them as addictive as cocaine and heroin. And I said, wait for the bomb to go off for people getting disability saying that they're addicted to chips and donuts, and that is exactly the same. Somebody's got to try to bury that study.
I can't stop eating Chick-fil-A, and I keep getting McGriddles, and I don't want them. So you mean to tell me
McGriddles,
if the gates are open, everyone else can apply, I'm not supposed to apply?
Apply for what?
Disability, if that is a thing.
Yes. Okay. No one's telling you to not apply to something that could possibly be due you. You said my goal is to get on disability.
If that's one of the qualifiers, yes, that would be a goal.
Because your goal is for someone else, your goal writ large is for someone else to fund your life. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a near-death sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm. You
right?
Don't need the money. That's my money. I paid into it somehow.
But you didn't.
If he owns some type of company, chances are I bought from that company one time, or I pay taxes in the area where the company is located. I contributed to it somehow, some way.
Also, and I don't know much about it, but isn't that like a ceiling? Like if you're getting that money, You can't get, I know there's all kinds of people scamming to get like side gigs and things, but like you couldn't get a job, right?
Right. Like Mary's dad was on disability and he was very careful about being seen, whether it's at the casino or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Lifting at the gym.
Yeah. Well, that was part of it. Like he, I think told her, stop putting me on your Instagram story.
They gonna get me.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't think about that.
You're
But
blowing
that's
up my spot.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you were on disability or on some type of government assistance and you were out on the street asking for money, that's the perfect cover up because you're not. What are you gonna do? Report your panhandling money? No.
Yeah. They ask drug dealers to report their income.
Yeah, exactly.
How much hustle have you been hustling?
We need to know how much weight you're moving, cuz.
What are your write-offs?
So
you know?
we got to get the shipments proper.
Huh.
Mm.
Well, you talk about how you don't vote because it doesn't affect your life, but you're a Trump guy. They want to nuke things like Social Security and disability. They want it gone so they can make rich people richer. So, you might, if that is indeed your aspiration, if that's your goal to get disability, Alan Poundcake wouldn't get $24,000. They go by your highest pay over the last 30 years and give you a percentage of that.
So you don't even get the full amount. You get a percentage of your highest pay.
Can you live on $17,500?
Yeah, what percentage?
Well, I don't know. What percentages? Oh, God, you didn't tell me math was involved.
This is all math.
That's good, though. You're playing dumb, so you seem even more disabled.
Shut the hell up, Bill. He seems mentally
I was
disabled.
on your side, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't maths.
Well, he's got it figured out. I'll tell you what. It might escape me because I think maybe about it a bit too linearly, but he's got it figured out.
He's working and he
sees the
earning.
side. He sees the moves.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm an earner. I like earning. I've always liked working.
It's a nice feeling.
I like working. There's a lot of people proud about things that have nothing to do with accomplishments, and I think that people should take pride in their accomplishments. Poundcake would take pride in just getting disability would be an accomplishment to him.
I've taken pride in other people's accomplishments.
I know you do.
know.
I know.
People that I've slept with, I'm like, wow.
Right, you
got a Nobel Peace Prize. I via proxy, I got a Nobel Peace Prize.
A Nobel Peace Prize? You've slept with a Nobel Peace Prize winner?
No.
Who, Narcissus Mohammed Ali?
What's the best accomplishment of someone that you slept with?
I don't want to say because there's only one of him, and everyone would know, so I'm not going to say.
He's sleeping with Nobel Peace Prize winners out there. Wow.
I slept with some notable people.
You sleep with Obama?
No.
Be honest. You sure?
That's just how white folks will do you.
You didn't sleep with Obama?
No.
All right. Everybody got that Obama bone. Who'd you say? Malala Yousafzai? She won, didn't she? You sleep with her?
No.
All right. Jimmy Carter?
Yes, absolutely.
He wants an old guy with some money.
I was going to say, he's on the verge.
Yeah.
And I did. That's what happened when I helped build the Habitat for Humanity house. He was there. He was looking at me from his presidential window.
Habitat for Humanity.
Cash me outside. Habitat.
I'm glad you got my meme, Bill. No one else got it. I appreciate it.
Stupid.
It was funny.
I liked the flat earth.
The flat Earth,
I thought it was great. I dug it.
Roses are red. The earth is flat. Catch
Me outside. How about that? That's pretty good. All right. Well, there's a lot to figure out there. I'm glad that you're working on it. I'm glad that you're moving all those chess pieces to figure out what you can do and what you can't do. Did you sleep with Nelson Mandela?
No,
Oh.
but he would be like number 3 or 4 if I did.
Yeah. Number 3 or 4. Poundcake had his own